Well, good morning. Welcome to Words from a Friend podcast. I'm your host, Marty Carey, and this is the podcast that follows along with my book, Words from a Friend, a daily guide to a purposeful life, available on Amazon.com or at BarnesandNoble.com. And it's a 365-day inner journey we're taking together. And today we are on episode number 15. And today's episode is called The Mirror. The Mirror, right? Life is a mirror. If you're paying attention, right? The mirror of life. You want to know what state of energy you're in? Notice the effect or lack of effect you're having on the people in the world around you. Are you feeling great much of the time? Or are you on more of a roller coaster of negative and positive, feeling less than in control? That's what we call normal in today's world, isn't it? Normal, the roller coaster. But you draw to yourself just what you give as your predominant field of energy every day. You come in one of those attitudes, something's going on in your life, at your home life, and you're just not, you don't care about anything, and you're going through the day, you're trudging through the day. Everybody's been there. Everybody's been there. We have to do our best, and our best is changes every day. But if you have that as your foundational start, it's like, I know I got this going on, but I got to do my best because my future self is going to thank me. My future self is going to thank me for being a little better than my ego wants me to be because of what this is going on. And you may have to do your best to compartmentalize what's going on as you reach in to give your best for that day. And while you're going through that day, you can mull over what's going on, and you can think of the ways that you can move forward with whatever it is that's going on at home and that kind of stuff. So be in that laboratory. The laboratory is for you, not to stay stuck in the emotion of whatever you're in. The laboratory is to say, how can I improve that and improve my approach so that we can get through this the best way we possibly can. And that's where your energy is really important. It's everything, how you approach, and it is your energy. You know how many different energies you've been in. There are as many as we have emotions, right? As many as we have emotions. So we have to master those emotions rather than letting them master us. And when we can do that and practice those things, we can stay at a good, pretend you've got 72 degrees in the room, and that's your average place. That's your good zone that you're in. You're sailing along nice right there at that 72 degrees. Feels good. Your mind's right. Forward motion, sending out some good stuff, being grateful. There, you're 72. And then something can take you off of that thermostat, bring you down into the 40s or 50s where it's cold and, the weather sucks, and of your mind, the weather of your mind stinks. So that is where the practice comes in to be able to raise yourself back up into certainly a better temperature, because you've practiced it, saying, yeah, this is hard, but I've done worse, and we can see our way through this. And guess what's going to take you back there? It's the lesson every day. The answer is the same every day that we talk. The situations are different, but the answer is the same. How are you going to use love to get back to where you need to be and to move forward? How are you going to use love? Because your ego wants its way. You know how that ego goes. Most of the time, if you're using that, you could that's what I'm saying, you send that out. That's what you could expect to get back. What do you want? What is the outcome that you want? Well, my experience, good energy gets you there like a nice water going through rock. The only thing that can go through heavy rock and break it down to nothing is water. And that's the flow of your good energy. You flow like water. You be like water, right? That's ancient philosophy. Be like water. Like you said yesterday, be like the feather rather than the brick. The water rather than rowing upstream against the water. That's the resistance we have to whatever it is that's going on. The resistance prevents us from seeing clearly to a solution. It just wants to stay in the problem. But the solution is on the other side of that fear, the fear that's holding us back from looking for the solution. It just wants to stay and go, holy crap, look at this fear. Everybody look at the fear. Quick, gather around. Look at the fear. No. Let's find the solution. Gather around. Let's gather around. Let's find the solution. We're going to find it together. That's when the good energy comes in, because you're focused on the solution rather than just staring at that mud. Remember the mud? Stop staring at the mud. Stop talking about the mud. Start looking at the solution. Start looking at the light. Start talking with the light. Start moving with the light. Start moving this. It all comes together. You just have to be moving in your own favor, and that is having better energy. You'll have better energy when you start moving from the soul, your meaningful life, more purposeful life. That's where the good stuff is. That's when you go home to the other side, you can look back and you go, I read some books, I listened to my heart, and I said, what's the best way I can go through this life with my friends, my family, my dreams? Like I said yesterday, there's only one vehicle to ride. And you know it because you're it in eternity. You're just chipping away and getting back to that super self, that giant within. It's there. You're a giant. So we're going to grow. We're going to grow, right? Like giants too, we grow. Okay, so you draw to yourself just what you give as your predominant field of energy. Your job is to become a great steward of what you emit. Be impeccable with your words, right? If anybody's ever read the book, The Four Agreements, by an author named Don Miguel Ruiz, do yourself a favor. These are the four agreements that you need to be principles underlying your life. And I'm not going to remember them right off my thing, but clearly it's all about mindfulness. It's all about love, forgiveness, and doing all of those things. But being impeccable with your speech is one of them. You speak your life into existence. You really got to watch what comes out of there. That's part of your energy. It always tells what state you're in, right? And is it productive? Always ask yourself, is this productive, or am I just living my old self? And we can upgrade at any time. We can upgrade our lives through the shift to our higher energies. And that is, you'll travel a lot more fun. You'll have a lot more fun there. Okay? And that's why we grow. We grow to be able to do those things and to have those experiences. Because what are we here for? We're here to have human experiences. And you know what? Have as many fun of one of those as you can. Create. You're the creator. You're the painter. You're the artist and the art. Okay? All right. Your job is to become a great steward of what you emit. Your job is to live in your own favor, on your own behalf, so to speak. Fill your cup, right? Discard the energies that have produced scary, angry, jealous, judgmental reflections in your mirror. You got to be able to look within and go, is that serving me? And I'm going to get what I give. So I really got to be conscious of what I'm emitting, of what I'm giving, of what I'm doing. What is my body doing every day? This is a communication device for everybody around us. What are we communicating? What's our message? Our energy tells the tale. Our tone tells the tale. Our words tell the tale. Are you going to be a beneficial presence? Are you going to be an uplifting presence? Are you going to be having uplifted yourself, and that's your intention, is to uplift everybody so that we're all in that great state of mind, that we're all in creativity together and can move forward in a great direction? That's your contribution, right? That's your greatest contribution, is to be there, not in competition or comparison or any of that ego stuff, but in collaboration. And just saying, let's find the best, most fun, light-filled way forward in whatever we can do together, right? Okay. Your very best energy that you have within, the very best energy you have within you today will improve more and more, like anything else you give your attention to regularly. It's daily practice, one day at a time, a little bit better at a time, letting the heavy stuff go. We could have grown up with all this stuff, and I'm learning to discard things that don't serve me anymore, man. You know, you gotta let those go. You gotta work in your own favor, and you gotta move up inside so you can see the path clearly forward. It comes to you easier. You're connecting. You're connecting. You're aligning your light with the foreverness, right? The universe, expansive. That's where the best stuff comes from. And long term, the longevity of that comes from there. That's wisdom. Give me the wisdom to keep what I have and the gratitude to know that I've got it good. That's what you got to always say to yourself. I got it good. No matter where you are, you've got some good things in your life. You better focus on those, and that's what grows. When you focus on the good things you have and you're smiling on your face, you seek to grow. You know, you want a little more. You want more of that light. Feels great. So create it. Create it. You are the creator. You admit it. It's going to come back to you. Just how it works. You know, and it works better and better the more you practice it. Practice being your light side a little more every day. And you'll lose the stuff that's supposed to fall off. It'll fall off just from you not having your attention on it anymore. Right? Give your attention to what you want to grow in your life. That includes your words, your thoughts, and your deeds. That's the creative process. Get them all aligned. One pointed direction. And love is the guide, man. You better have that in there. You better have great intentions for everybody. You better have that, or else you're not aligned. You're not in congruency. Get going in the same direction as a team. That's the best way. That's how we do it. And we go for the best that we can think of and the best that we can create. And we put all our talents on the table. And we go forward like a like a big ship of crazy fools. But it has worked in our business because there's a lot of light there. And that light is what's kept us on course, no matter what the darkness wants to throw at us. And I'm so grateful for that. So I'm talking to my old Daily family. I love you all. Okay, so let me see. It's a simple concept that just takes time and practice to master. No other practice in your life will glean as much for you as this one. Yeah, it's known as the worthy path. It's the worthy path, the one that gives you the most fulfillment. You're going after the things, your dreams and goals, and even the small ones that you didn't think you could get. Oh, yeah. The small ones are just like the big ones. You just got to believe that you can have them and then move in that direction. And then it'll unfold for you. Keep turning those rocks over. Keep interested. Keep focused on it. Things will happen, right? Make those good choices to do 5 things for whatever it is you're doing in life. Do 5 things, 5 thoughts about that today. Write those things down. Implement. Follow through. Listen to me now. The key to so much in life is simple follow through. We procrastinate. You're looking at one of the biggest ones. I was the biggest procrastinator in town. Still, I can do that in some aspects. Just ask my wife. But I'm telling you, follow through. You got that plan. You make that phone call. Right then. Right then when you think of it. Don't wait on it. That's another step forward. Why would you wait? Make that call. Write that down. Do that thing. 1 step forward. See if you can do 5 things for that day. You'll be headed in the right direction in no time. And the winds of God are just going to keep following you, pushing you, and saying, go, baby, go. We're here to do that. We're dreamers and doers. And if you want your soul, your soul is the guide of your dreamers and doers. Your ego can take you off course like this, just with fights and little battles and skirmishes of bullcrap. It derails. It's noise. It's static in an otherwise clear channel from the light. Our ego can be static and get in our way. We have to quiet, clear that channel, center that sun. That's where it is. Light it up. Use those ideas that come from being lit up. Implement a few of those, and you're going to go, oh man, this is going to be fun in this direction. You can create that to be fun, whatever it is. When I'm working with my buddies, we laugh because it could be drudgery what we're doing. So we create laughter, so we cancel out the drudgery of it. At least a good portion of it. That's light. That's using your light. That's alchemizing an otherwise completely crappy situation. We all go through those. Laughter. Whew, that is the best medicine. That takes you from one complete state right into another. And I love nothing better than that. Man, if somebody can make me laugh out of a crappy state, thank you. Thank you for that. So use that sense of humor of yours, man. That's the best thing ever. Okay, so today, look in the mirror. Don't be afraid. Self-awareness is your key to freedom. Self-analyzation, not judgment. Just what can I take out of that old arsenal that doesn't serve me anymore? Let them go. Old bullets of bullshit, Not where we're going this year. You're not going to need those. The light's going to pull you, like I said yesterday. No more fear driving. It's light pulling. It's calling you forward. It's pulling you into your dream. And your dream's coming towards you at the same time. So you follow that. You just keep going. You're going to see things happening. When things don't happen quite that way, wait. Stay in faith. God's always got a different way. God works in mysterious ways. Of course. The journey wouldn't be as exciting if that wasn't the case. Sometimes exciting is like, man, that's not so exciting. Right? But exciting is around the corner, because those hard things that we go through to get to our dream, we'll look back on those and go, remember we did that? Oh my God, if I had to do that now? Yeah, but you did it. Your past self did a lot of great things for your future self. So your future self, your tomorrow self, should always be thanking your yesterday self for those few things that you did to be on a better station, better time management, whatever that is, that gets you to that higher plane. Whatever those little things you're taking out, and replacing with something good. That's a daily process, right? Daily guide to a purposeful life. That's what we're doing this year. All right. So the CTA is today, look in the mirror, give thanks for that beautiful reflection you see. You better start seeing beauty in that mirror, because I know there's a lot of you out there that look in that mirror and you just don't like what you see from pain. So I give thanks for that. A lot more from laughing. So we're just where we are. Consider yourself beautiful no matter where you are in your life. Right? That sun will start to shine. I go, yeah, that feels better. I'm loving myself for a change. I'm not looking in the mirror and go, oh my God, look at this. I look horrible. So many people are doing that. Love yourself, no matter what you look like, right? You can love yourself into a better place. You can do all those things. But remember, it's here. Heaven's within. Use that heaven to love your outside self. What else would you do, All those people that love you and you don't love yourself. Right, you're giving all that away, but you're not giving it to yourself. No more of that. No more. That's out. Okay? So have a great day. I hope that helped you. Much love, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much.